Hello, this is Goal Creator. We're working on NFL Week 8 this episode. So, what are we gonna just do? I mean, we're not gonna do that much, but like this week, last week was very good. I got only 3 of the games wrong and 12 of the games right. Now, with about 6 teams of bye weeks this week, this would be a much smaller episode. But let's just start this. All right, so we had the Minnesota Vikings at the Los Angeles Chargers. Now, I personally think that the Chargers obviously were like, oh my god, that was not a good game against Indianapolis, especially that they were projected to win, even though people are saying like, how? I mean, the thing is, the Chargers, they they should have been probably the same level as the Colts if it wasn't for that Giants upset. But they should have been the Colts. Oh, fun fact! I just realized the Colts have been in SoFi Stadium in two different weeks, and they're not division rivals with both of the teams. But now they're tomorrow night they're at home at 8:15. Speaking of 8:15, it's 8:15. That's cool. Oh, so it's like 8:15 there, and like tomorrow, and it's gonna be like against Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings had a very close game with the Eagles. They couldn't make it, but I can't blame them. They did way better than I expected. I think the Minnesota Vikings. I don't know if they're gonna win this. The Chargers probably have a good game. I think the Chargers gonna win this over the Vikings. And oh no. How would they? Why did the Dolphins not fire Mike McDaniels yet? They should have. Yeah, the Miami Dolphins at Atlanta. Atlanta this season was wow, pretty good. They should that loss in San Francisco was tough though. They Bijan Robinson has been probably their star player, and I might make a video saying the NFL on every single team star player this season, but you never know. So the Atlanta Falcons this season was like, I mean, this last week. Yeah, that was sad. The Dolphins, though, they're on a different level of bad. They have been horrible this season. The only game they won against the New York Jets, which I can't even blame the Dolphins for beating them, but they almost lost that game too. And now against the Atlanta Falcons, who beat the Buffalo Bills a few weeks ago, I think the Falcons will not. I don't think the Falcons I don't think the Falcons have like a problem here because while they don't look the greatest, they can easily take on the Dolphins. The Dolphins should fire Mike McDaniel soon because I don't know how they're not. Oh dear. So ever since um uh Lamar Jackson's been injured, even from their bye week, he's still recovering. And if he does play this week, this can finally turn around the Ravens game, like the Ravens season. But it's not gonna save them. But the Bears, wow, what 4 wins in a row from 0 to 2 to 4 to 2. It's kind of like last season, but instead of losing 10 games in a row, you won 4. I wish I had a streak like that. The Ravens, I can't even look at how bad they are because imagine losing. I imagine getting blown out. Okay, no, imagine getting blown out by so many teams, losing to the Rams, and still Lamar Jackson playing. How? How? The Bears, you got this. This is like your game. If Lamar Jackson just play though, the Ravens could win this. But until we know, I'm just gonna keep with the Bears. Jets at Bengals. Okay, so the Bengals. Wow, what Joe Flacco isn't that bad anymore. I thought that Joe Flacco his career was over. He could retire next year. I mean, probably will. But wow, him against him, he was great last week. Him and Aaron Rodgers were both very good. The New York Jets, what is with you? What is with you? How did you guys also almost lose almost? How did you guys still lose to the Panthers? The Panthers even have their Bryce Young. They didn't even what are you doing? The Jets, how the Jets are not the team you want to you want to see. Like the Jets is not that team that you want to see. No, the Jets are the team that who you play is you could just you don't even need to watch the game, just go fall asleep or something. Just like do whatever you want, watching some more interesting game because the Jets, no matter what, they will suck at it, and they're gonna lose to the Bengals. Finally, the Bengals are turning it around. Oh, wow! The Panthers just had how they just won 3 games in a row. it's it's all it's all downhill from them again. The Bills. Wow, you're just disappointing now. Losing to the Falcons against a bye week could help them, but Bryce Young's injured. And here's the thing though. Every single game the Panthers plays at home, they get very high scoring and win. And also, their game, they've had two 30-point games at home and 127. And they've also blown out the Falcons. If Bryce Young comes back and they give the ball to Rico Dowdle, the Panthers could undeniably like ironically win this, but unironically, they'd have not that big of a chance. But in my opinion, I'm gonna keep it in the Bills. But if the Panthers can get Bryce Young back to his feet, do what they're supposed to do, and act like how they do at home, this could be a very good game, even if they lose. Because even if the Panthers lose to the Bills, that's not that big of a deal because the Bills are a very good team. But if the sorry, oh my god, if the Panthers but the Panthers still could be pretty good. And I don't know. I know some people say, oh, they'll still drop because they lost. Well, if it's a very close game, you can't blame them. 49ers at Texans. Well. Bye weeks aren't good enough for you? Yeah. Losing to the Seahawks last week. You could have kept the Rams alive. Sickening. Now you have to play the 49ers at home. CJ Stroud, who are you? You're letting the 49ers go 6-2? Around the Patriots. Giants at Eagles. Wow. Um. Okay. Let me stop. Stop joking. Browns at Patriots. Let me talk to them. Oh my God, load. Okay, so the Patriots. Wow, that was a very good game, and wow to the Browns too. They were very good. Now, if they can still do it like that, like last week. And I mean, they're gonna lose no matter what. They're gonna lose no matter what. I don't care if they can say, "Oh, they can do as best they could." They're still gonna lose. The Patriots are so good this season. What did they do? They won 4 games in a row. Now almost 5. Oh my God! Look at the Giants and the Eagles. That was one of the saddest games I've ever seen from like a Giants team. The Giants were up 19-0 in the fourth quarter, got 13 extra points, and let the Broncos get 33 points in the last quarter. How? How? How is this possible? How could this happen? How? How could the Eagles? How could the Eagles also almost lose to the Vikings? That's pretty impressive for a really bad for a team. The Giants? Yeah, that was a sad game. But you're playing against the Eagles again, and you beat them the first time. I think you can beat them again. And now you're saying, "How you like?" Please be quiet. Every single game, they've almost like after the Jackson and Dart game, they've been so good. Except that Saints game. Oh, speaking of the Saints, the Buccaneers at the Saints. The Buccaneers look so rough at that like game. I cannot believe the Lions smothered them. Smothered and covered. And also, the Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield, what were you doing? Underthrow, overthrow, underthrow, overthrow. Just right throw. Oh no, you can't do that. I don't know how to do just right throws. I have to think of some. Yeah, I don't know how to do good throws. I can't do anything accurate. How? How? And Mike Evans injured. That's gonna leave a mark. Now to take the Saints, but then again, This is gonna be this is gonna bounce them back easily because the Saints are they're bad. So if you lose to the Saints, that's gonna set you back by so much. Titans at Colts. From the beginning of the season, at the beginning of the season, if you if I told you that's like that the Colts were by week 8 would be the best team in the NFL with 6-1 record, and the only game they lost by because they lost by an interception, you would say you are the dumbest person ever. You have a rock for a brain. You don't even know what to do. You think the Colts are like the next Kansas City Chiefs. They will not go even close. They'll probably lose 6 of those 7 games. No. No, why did I say that? Please don't. Please don't. No! No! Okay, but the Colts? I cannot believe that. Wow, you're so. The Colts are excellent. With that really surprising win, they can easily take on the Titans. The Titans. Oh my goodness! You gave like Cam Ward. You threw it. You just gave it to the Patriots, saying, okay, it's all right. I guess the Patriots wanted the ball. I guess I'm giving them what they wanted. Pretty good game. You should have not fired Mike Vrabel because now, out of all the 4 games he he's won at the Titans, he's won more. That's crazy. And yeah, the Colts are gonna win that one. Broncos and Cowboys. The Broncos are the greatest team in the NFL. I don't even know what to say. They're probably the third best 5-2 team. If it's not for their comeback, this would have been a very even game. But they're gonna beat the Cowboys. They're gonna beat the Cowboys. That's like a no. Again, that's like a no brainer game. This is probably the saddest game I've ever seen. Now you're like, oh, it's just sad. It's just 2 teams. Here's the thing. I want to let you guys know the Steelers quarterback is Aaron Rodgers. He used to play in the Packers for about 12 years of his life on the Packers. He was excellent. He's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Like top, he's like I guess like say like top 15, top 10 best quarterbacks of all time, probably even more. And he's now in the Steelers, and this is they. I think Aaron Rodgers said this is last year. I mean, I'm surprised he hasn't retired yet. He's very old, but that's good. But here's the thing: this like he still could have been remained a Packer to this day. I mean, one season kind of just ruined his career when he was also the greatest. He was on the top of the world the season prior to that. But also Aaron Rodgers. This is also I see some say this is sad because they're not letting this be at Lambeau and just being at it because like this will be the last time that Aaron Rodgers will play against the will play like like play against the Packers. Will ever see like the Packers in the person, which is super sad in my opinion. Like and like of course, but like why could he not play that Lambo? So in my personal opinion, you know who I think is gonna win? Aaron Rodgers himself. He is literally the talk of the game. You really did not create good games. Oh, how did the Chiefs blow? They didn't even blow them out. They 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 left the Raiders hung to dry. They got 0 points against the Chiefs. The Chiefs got 31. How? And now people say, "Oh my God, they're back." What's his name? Patrick Mahomes is gonna be the best player. He's the MVP. He's not the MVP. There's way better quarterbacks, in my opinion, than him. He is not the best. And also think, "Oh my God, you're crazy." But no, he is like, you guys are overreacting. The Chiefs are not as good as they used to be. And yes, the dynasty, I guess, is over for them. And the fact that their fan base is just Swifties at this point, you can't blame me. But yeah, they have to play the Commanders, who just injured Jaden Daniels again. How? How did they? That was some very sad game for them. Though, I mean, playing against the Chiefs, of course, the Chiefs refs are gonna do whatever they want. I just realized, have they played every single game in Arrowhead in the past 3 weeks? It's like Missouri. You guys are literally that's so unfair. They're gonna let the reps do whatever they want. They're gonna call the stupidest plays. Like they literally call plays that nobody calls. They're gonna win this, and that's like a pain. That's like that my video. Boo Chiefs, you suck.